Comedy Show. We're going to have a great show for you tonight, so stay tuned. We have a virtual show tonight for you. We have 4 comedians to perform their stand-up set on location, and you will see them right here on the Staten Island Comedy Show. Our first guest is Nancy Levine. She grew up in Manawa, New Jersey. She has been living in Highland Mills, New York. She's been doing comedy for 6 years. She originally started back in the 80s with Dave Chappelle and others. Left comedy for many years to raise a family, but came back 6 years ago. Nancy said due to this little thing called the pandemic, she would be grateful to be alive in 5 years, which is why she started Apocalypse Comedy Now on Facebook. You can find Nancy on Facebook, Nancy Levine, Instagram, Nancy Daily 0111. Nancy is the founder and producer of Laugh Out Loud Productions. She also produces a show called Housewives of Secaucus that will open at an off-Broadway theater sometime this fall. You can see them and follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our first comedian of the show, Nancy Levine, ladies and gentlemen.
How the hell is everyone? Wow, okay. So, we have any married people out here tonight? Woo! Just a little depressed. Woo! Yeah! I myself have been married for a very long time, and I'm going through the change, which means I sweat a lot at night. The other night my husband came into bed, touched me, said ew, and asked me if I peed myself. That's when you know the romance is over. I have sex so seldomly that I go to my gynecologist for foreplay. Hello, Dr. Rosenthal. It's Nancy Levine. Yes, I'd like to make an appointment for my annual checkup. Well, yes, I know it's been 2 weeks, but you can never be too careful. I also recently started substitute teaching because I hate myself. Sir, calm down. I said substitute, not prostitute. There's a big difference between the two. I mean, one is a degrading, dead-end career that destroys your soul. The other is prostitution. So anyway, they stick me in this 2nd grade class. And you think, oh, how cute 7- and 8-year-olds. Wow, this is going to be fun. Wrong. 27 Adderall-laced monsters who would stab you with a crayon for a fruit roll-up. So they want me to teach the Common Core math, the new math. One problem is I don't know Common Core math. So I'm reading the textbook, which really pisses me off because I didn't take this job to learn anything. I already did all my learning. Let me ask you something. What's 8 plus 5? Wrong. That's the old math. The new math, they want you to take 8 plus 5 minus 3 minus 2 divided by 5 equals 12 plus blah, blah, blah. I was so exhausted by the end that I've given birth 3 times. I was drinking wine out of a juice box by 10:30 a.m. So anyway, so it's snack time, and one of the little boys is complaining because somebody stole his pretzels. Well, who would steal pretzels out of a little boy's backpack? Well, listen, I was drinking wine on an empty stomach. I needed something to absorb the alcohol. So kill me. So anyway, so I used to be single. Yes, all this fabulousness used to be single. And I remember I was walking down the street minding my own business, and this bum comes up to me and he says, "Yo, bitch! Nice ass." And I said, "Why, thanks very much. Nice tooth." You just heard my mom in the background. "Nancy, don't be so particular. Ask him what he does for a living. Does he make a nice salary?" I'm like, "Mom, the guy his pants." "Oh, big deal. So did your father." Hey, listen, you know, it's no big deal. My dad was obsessive compulsive. They say that it runs in families. Did I say that my dad was obsessive compulsive? Okay, I'm just checking. I'm obsessive compulsive. My kids are obsessive compulsive. Even my cat is obsessive compulsive. He obsessively licks himself. I came home the other day, he had no fur. The vet asked me if he lived in a hostile environment. I said, "I don't know." So anyway, so I have 3 children, 2 teenage daughters who treat me like They say that I'm old and out of touch because I don't wear thongs. Well, excuse me, you know, back in my day, if you wanted to get that close to my ass, it usually started with dinner and a movie. Or a Budweiser. Hey, who the hell am I kidding? I've had more losers inside me than OTB. I do have a son who still loves me. He's very weird, though. I ask him what he wants for breakfast. And he's like, "Yo, dog, get me some toast." Finally, I had enough. I said, "Ben, the last time our family was in the ghetto was when your great Aunt Sophie fled Warsaw." So anyway, so I made up this little rap song. Yes. And it's not working, but okay. Can you guys hear that at all? Yeah. Wait, I gotta put this on. Now listen up, son, and I'll say you're playing. You want to be a famous rapper? That's insane. You're rapping in your bedroom like you're 50 Cent. I hate to put it to you, but there won't be the range. You don't live in the hood and you sure ain't black. You're a white kid living in a cul-de-sac. Walking around acting all badass. You're a scrawny Jewish kid who's upper middle class. Spitting out rhymes like you're so cool when you're not taking heat lessons at the shul. You're gonna rap this rap about fighting with cops. What you gonna rap about? Bagels and lox? Yeah, that's the song, but you're never gonna beat Tupac Shakur. So put down the mic and pick up the broom and walk down the hall and clean up your Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy Levine. Our next comic is Sancho Pancho Villa. He's from Seguin, Texas, and he got into comedy because it was a fun way to relieve stress after getting out of the Marines while he was in college. In 5 years, he sees himself living in a bigger city doing comedy full time. All of his contact information and social media can be found on his website, sanchocomedy.com. That's sanchocomedy.com. Okay, without further ado, our next comedian, Sancho Pancho Villa.
I'm just kidding, I can't dance. I can do that cumbia song though, La mano se va para arriba, la mano se va para abajo, because I'm already down here, like I'm already low. So it's about the only song I can dance to. No. The name is Sancho Villa though. It's because I'm actually related to Pancho Villa, but that was too cliche. I also have sex with married women, so it just makes sense to be Sancho. And people are always like, why be a Sancho? I was like, well, look at my size. I can escape through any window in case the husband comes back early. You know what I'm saying? This one time I actually got caught up. He actually came home, and I had to hide in the kids' little playhouse. It works. I'm just saying. No, but the reason I'm a Sancho is because, well, I don't do too well with relationships. My last relationship, this girl, well, she just got unreasonable. She would come home and she would just ask all these unreasonable questions. Like, why are you always out drinking late, on like a Tuesday night? I'm like, oh, why not? Why is there always money missing from my purse? Just unreasonable stuff.
Yeah.
So, being me, and she was a Mexican, so I did the rational thing. I called immigration services and had her Yeah, you're telling me how you think her husband felt when he found out. Out of hand. Yeah, I do miss her though. She sends me Facebook Messenger messages. It's in Spanish though, and I can't read them, so it really doesn't matter. Chica tu madre, I'm sure that means I love you or something. I don't know. I hope so. But no, despite how short I am, I'm actually into taller women. Yeah, I can't get enough of them. But not for any fetish thing, I just want to get one pregnant so my kids have a future in life. I mean, look at me, I'm 5'1" on a good day. Like on a good day. And that's at midnight when the moon's in the tides pulling me high or something like that. I don't know science, I don't know how it works. I just heard it. I read it in a magazine once. Or a coloring book, one of the two. But I'm into taller women, but I can't date them. Can't do it anymore. My last tall girlfriend, she got upset because I was going to go out, It was a Tuesday night, obviously, so apparently that's frowned upon. And so she says, well, let's see how far you get without these. So she grabs my keys and she throws them on top of the refrigerator. And I knew she was planning to have this argument because as I see my keys fly up there, I see all my little step ladders that I keep around the house for those situations. I was like, oh. It was something about her horoscope said that she needed to be loved because she's an asparagus or something. I have no idea what she was saying. It was just a bunch of yelling. It was like that cat meme where that lady's yelling and the cat's just like that's how it looked. Yeah, so I can't date him anymore. Out of hand. Y'all out of hand. No, thank y'all for coming out though. Honestly, give it up for yourselves. Coming out on a Saturday night to watch some midget ex-luchador, come on the stage and just entertain, good for y'all. I'm happier. And it's actually really enlightening that I get to willingly perform in San Antonio. Usually I'm just on the side of the road being forced to perform a sobriety test. So it's actually cool. But before I get out of here and stuff like that, I do need to tell y'all that, despite me having a panza now and stuff like that, I still do all right with the ladies every once in a while. Because I work out, so my arms look all right, and stuff like that. People actually say when I get my head shaved, fresh shaved, I look like a little miniature Vin Diesel. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they say. I don't believe them, but that's what they say. But it sucks because I'm always busy because I'm a full-time student and I'm a failing comedian because I'm not the best, and stuff like that. So I'm always busy. So I can't get my hair cut for a few months. And when that starts happening, I start looking like a real-life Danny DeVito over here. So it's fucking crazy. And I'm only 25. Maybe I'll grow into it when I'm 50, I don't know. But anyway, hey, I'm Sancho Villa. That is my time. Thank y'all so much for coming out. And make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sancho Pancho Villa. Our next guest is Anna Jean. Anna was born in Haiti, raised in Brooklyn, New York, since a baby. She has been doing comedy all her life, but professionally for 4 years. The way she got into comedy was she was tricked into doing it by a friend that took her to his show. The host called her up on the stage and left her there. She had no choice but to perform. In 5 years, Hopefully, she'll be celebrating one of her stand-up specials, released to record-breaking numbers. You can find her on Instagram, Anna Jean Jokes, Facebook, Anna.Jean.77, on Twitter, at Anna Jean Jokes, and TikTok, Smile Anna Jean. Okay, without further ado, our next comedian, Anna Jean.
All right, so what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good.
Right, all right. Well, my name is Anna. I'm actually from New York. And East Coast is in the house? All right. What part of East Coast are you from? New York. Oh, I already said that. So, I've been smoking and it's currently taking effect. What part of New York are you from? Okay. There's nothing on you. I don't know. It's just maybe I'm a little bit of a snobbish New York, but I don't know. When people say they're from New York, I expect like, I don't know, you say something like East Flatbush or something in New York. It's like Long Island. Or they'll say Buffalo. It's like, what? Okay. All right. But no, I'm actually from New York, Brooklyn, New York, I should say. But old New York, not New Testament New York. Because I feel like New York is not what it used to be. You know, it's not scary anymore. Before I tell somebody I'm from Brooklyn, oh, hush their pearls. Brooklyn, how you survive that? Now I tell people I'm from Brooklyn because of all the gentrification. It's like, oh my God, that's so cute. Yay. I feel like the only scary thing about New York now is just like the rats. Because they're literally the size of little dogs. To where if you have a rat problem and you get a cat, that cat's gonna be like, you better get a tiger. Or a cheetah if you want to chase. Like, what the heck? You know what? And New Yorkers, they're so tough. They're just stepping over them. Like, they don't even see. I'm like, you don't see these little puppies? No? Nobody? We're just catching the train, huh? We're just gonna catch the train. All right. Okay. So, well, I'm from New York, but I was actually born in the third world country of Haiti. Okay, thank you. Please hold your donations. I googled Haiti, and they said that it's still considered a third world country. And I'm like, who's making these ratings? Because I've been to Detroit. And Ferguson don't even have water. So I'm like, so wouldn't that make America like, you know, first world 1.2 or something? Got a full. All right, that works for an immigrant crowd. Americans here. Like, we first. We're the first world. But that's okay, that's all right. My name's actually French, but I go by the English version of it, Anna Jean, but it's actually Anna Jean. Ooh. I mean, you know. Thank you. No, the reason why I decided to go by the English sounding version of my name is because American kids are mean. Woo. When the first day of school, teachers calling out names, saying all the foreign names. American kids, motioning. I was like, holy crap. So when they got to my name, they're like, Anna Jean, I was like, I'm here. And they're like, okay. And I was like, oh, good. I could be African American. Awesome. And I actually had, like I like to say, a white upbringing, only because my mom, she threw us in anything that was white, only because, you know, the news made black kids look so interesting. So she had us go, I went to an all-white school, went to Catholic church, KKK meetings, you know, anything. That was why. I always like to test out the audience with that. And my friends like to joke around, like, I told them I got my citizenship earlier this year. Yeah. I'm a little bit like y'all, gluten-free. But my friend took me to my first black church, and, you know, like everyone knows, it lasts forever. So I go to this church, and there's this saying that they like to say, and I didn't know it. So they like to say, God is good.
All the time.
That's how you know there's black people in the audience. But I did what the front row did. I just sat there. So then the preacher saw it. He was like, We have a non-believer congregation. We got a non-believer. When I say it again, he was like, young lady, it's all the time. God is good. And then the whole church leaned in like, he's like, God is good. And I'm just sitting there like, and he's like, all the time. I'm like, well, I'm from Haiti, so 50-50. All right, that's my time.
Thank you, Anna Jean. Our next comedian is Mollie Sperduto. She's from the Jersey Shore, and she's an actual native. She's been doing comedy since 2002. She started young and had a lot of distractions along the way. But she never stopped once she started. She always has been at home on stage, theater, singing, dancing. She also enjoys making people laugh. One day, the opportunity to try stand-up presented itself. She took a shot and did just about as well as anyone doing stand-up for the first time. She was awful, but she was hooked. I asked her, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And she said, in this day and age, she couldn't even tell you where she sees herself in 5 weeks. But I've always been the one to observe, adapt, and try new things and take in as much perspective as possible. Whatever the world finds itself in 5 years, I'll be doing those same things. You can check out her website, molliesperduto.com, and on Instagram under Ginger Ninja Comedy. GINGERNINJA Comedy on Instagram. Okay, without further ado, our final comedian, Mollie Sperduto.
Have a few drinks, have some fun. You guys sound excited to be here. I'm excited to be here too, guys. I wore a dress for this. Yeah. I wear dresses and skirts a lot, honestly. And people get the wrong idea about me though. They think that I wear dresses and skirts a lot because I like to be a girly girl. Honestly, quite the opposite is true. I wear dresses and skirts a lot because sometimes, occasionally, I also like to relieve myself on the side of the road. My name is Mollie Sperduto, but you know what? I feel like I know you well enough. I will tell you a secret. Mollie is not my real name. Just when you thought you knew me. I was born... Fred? Shoot, now I have to write a new joke. That's better. But honestly, this isn't even me writing a joke. This is me letting you in on my sad, sorry real life. So, I was born Amalia Sperduto. Amalia, yes. Because my parents wanted me to spend my entire life correcting people. But here's where they're real assholes. When I was born, they sat me down, or whatever you do to a newborn that's just, that thing. And they said to me, we're gonna name you Amalia. It's gonna be hard for people to get. They're not gonna pronounce it right. You're gonna have to correct a lot of people, but you know what? We're gonna make it easy on you. We're gonna give you a nickname. We're gonna call you Mollie. And newborn me goes, thanks, Mom and Dad. And Mom and Dad say, no, not so fast. We're gonna spell Mollie with an I-E. You sons of bitches! So that has been my life. Never found my name on any type of souvenirs or anything. And some people don't realize how easy they have it. Like, man, what's your name? You've been... Laura. So it's just like L-A-U-R-A. There's no Q or anything, right? You did it to your daughter? What did you name her?
Candace, C-A-N-D-Y-C.
Oh, with a Y? You bitch! The only place I've ever found my name written on anything is my damn birth certificate. Well, yeah, my name is Amalia Sperduto. It's a very Italian name. Do we have Italians in the crowd? It's New Jersey. We should. I love you guys. The best part about Italian room is full of my ass. So yeah, Mollie Sperduto is a very Italian name, and that makes sense, because you look at me and you think, well, now there's a girl that looks about as Italian as Jackie Chan. So I'm half Italian, as it is. My dad's the Italian one, my mother is stuff. We're still figuring that out. But we'll figure it out soon enough, because my husband and I got those 23andMe, the ancestry things, where you spit into a vial for about 26 and a half hours because you don't realize how long it takes to produce this much spit. Incidentally, it was the weirdest date night we've ever had. But yeah, so we'll figure it out soon enough.
Oh, that's just awful.
Like, did you just learn about spitting? I'm sorry, we were supposed to keep this PG-13. I'll be cuter for you. Before I get the show going, I'm going to let you guys in on one last thing about me. Because you guys seem to like me up until now, so hopefully after this story you still will. But here's the one last thing about me. I am terrible at getting angry with people. Like, I even mess up road rage, which is unheard of in the state of New Jersey. I know, but case in point, here's a bona fide example of it. There was a guy that was cutting me off. But to make matters worse, his way of thanking me for, not wanting to get in an accident, by looking out his window and doing this. I wasn't even mad at him anymore for cutting me off. What the hell was that? So I pull up next to him and I roll down my window and I have to just express how annoying I think he is. So I'm just talking and words start coming out of my mouth, just words, and I don't even know what I'm saying half the time, just words and words. I think at one point I called him a yeast infection. He didn't get it. He actually didn't get most of what I was saying because his window was rolled up the entire time, so it was just me going... Yeah. But then, flash forward, the light turns green, he cuts in front of me again. He starts doing like 25 miles an hour. Imagine that in a parking lot. So, I try and go to make him go faster. I try to flash my high beams, but I used the wrong hand. And instead I just sat there 10 seconds and angrily washed my windshield. So anyway, you guys are great.
And that was Mollie Sperduto. Thank you, Mollie. Well, this is the end of our show. See you the next time on the next Staten Island Comedy Show. Bye.